free-to-play co-op shooter. So that could go all sorts of wrong. But potentially this is something to just, you have to try and see if it's fun. At least that's my understanding. And this is by the peeps who made Crown Trick, which is a really cool game that nobody knows about. Obviously, it's in the archive. I did feature it here. Yeah, exactly. And Bladed Fury, which is a 2D side-scroller that I always wanted to try, but I never got around to it. So, Next Studios, they did Synced. So let's have a look at that. I'm not sure if it's completely borked, but if Crown Trick is anything to go by, they know what to do to make a game interesting. If they know how to craft a first-person shooter is a completely different question. Hopefully we can answer that question now. 1 hour maximum. So nice. That's already the 4th game. I love it. I might just have room for another later. Oh, Europe. I agreed to the shenanigans. I'm 16 years older. I have read the stuff and things. Okay. Why is this over there? Okay. System. General settings, English. Account center. I can change the avatar. You can't see that currently, but that's alright. Level, infinite pass, account, and epic. Huh? Yeah, okay, I'm not going to mess with that for now. I'm just going to launch the demo and see what happens. Before you enter the game, we'd like to invite you to participate in a brief survey. Do you prefer... I'm just going to read it out because I'm not going to capture the screen right now. Do you prefer PvP or PvE? I like PvE shooters. Roughly how many hours per week do you play games? Well, over 10, actually. Which is the maximum you can pick here. But since I stream, it's kind of... If I go only for myself, it's 2 to 5. How would you handle that? Because I do stream games for quite some hours each week, but I don't really play for myself a lot because they, only so many hours per day. But 2 to 5 hours. I'm gonna answer for myself because they want to know what kind of player I am, not what kind of streamer I am. I think that's more useful for their survey. Have you participated in any of the sync beta? No, I have not. What kind of shooters do you like? The options are Battle Royale, looter shooters, tactical shooters, team-based, competitive, roguelike, or other. Looter shooters. And they only... Yeah, well, they point out Destiny here. Okay, but I would say Borderlands, right? Looter shooter, I like that. Tactical shooters, I would say that's... The Division, right? Tom Clancy's Division. They mentioned Rainbow Six Siege here, which I didn't like, but I think The Division is a tactical shooter. Team-based competitive, I don't play them anymore. I used to play Counter-Strike way back when, Anyway, roguelike shooters, Risk of Rain, I like that. And then there's other, which is, as an example, Escape from Tarkov. Okay, so it's looter shooters, tacticals, and roguelikes. Not sure that's what they're offering here, so that will be interesting for them and for me. Okay. I mean, it's fair enough to ask a few questions before you're letting people into your free-to-play beta test that we are now taking part in. Might be loud. I'm trying to lower the volume a bit. Oh, there's a warning for epileptic seizures, which can be triggered. You can't see it yet, it's not capturing. Open beta. Interesting that they went from Crown Trick, which is a top-down tactics game, turn-based even, to this. Settings. Now it does capture. That all looks correct. Graphics quality medium. Well, rendering scale. No ray tracing, please. So, this is using AMD FSR, I guess, right? Hey Magnum, welcome. Okay, so we see the changes here. I'm gonna go for high and see if it runs smoothly. Put that here. Audio, the music can go down a bit. It's open beta. Oh yeah, Hammerwatch was, Chris, welcome. Hammerwatch 2 was actually interesting to check out, yeah. I'm gonna go to this here. But they said 80. Music. Sounds. Voice. I think the music can go to 50 actually. Yeah, alright, nice. We are push to talk voice chatting. Controls invert. Nice. Aiming. Hold, toggle, hold, toggle. Aim down the sights and aim at two different things, okay? Hold your breath is the toggle. Alright, accept. Go. Requesting authorization. You couldn't find the way out of the rubble. Yeah, it's like in the first game. It takes a bit until you can spot the secrets. I was running around a bit as well. Yeah, it wasn't super obvious. Gamma correction. Until the leftmost image is barely visible, which is now. Okay, we leave it. Push to talk, master volume, headphones. Good. Yeah, this is nicely done. You try to make sure you get a good experience before you start.
Are we on the air? Yes? Okay, if you're still watching this broadcast, we've lost all contact with our London
millions as world governments fail to
Shinar Industries is being blamed by many for what experts are calling the collapse.
Creatures known as nanos are swarming the streets and should be reports of a deadly nano surge that has begun to spread uncontrollably throughout the region and
often called a miracle resource. I think it's safe to say that Nerva
Shinar
will
has
soon
begun
be
a
the
global
most
evacuation to the
valuable
Ark-1, their private station orbiting the planet.
on a 30-foot wall around Shinar's Washington state properties, designating a 500-square-mile exclusion zone.
Meanwhile,
around
many
what
have
Shinar
reported
calls
unsettling silence as entire districts
government
stand
shutting down and communication lines collapsing. This may be the end of civilization as we know it.
This
Okay.
will be our last broadcast. Goodbye. Good luck. And God help us all.
That's quite okay. Now this is an open beta that you can participate in by joining via the Steam demo button. You just download the demo for this and then you can join the open beta. 2 years after the end of the world.
Alright, Dead Cut. You've entered the Meridian. Approaching the drop zone now. Get ready for deployment. There's no time to waste.
Keeping a tight schedule. I can dig it.
So brass tacks, it's your first run with us, and we're keeping it simple. This region's getting overrun with surge. That spells trouble for all of us. So you're gonna get it under control.
Seems simple enough.
Lesson number 1. In the Meridian, nothing's as it seems.
First things first, I need to find a prime nano to sync.
Okay, that voice acting started out pretty cringy, but we'll see.
Boy, this place got a whole sensibility about it.
And what sensibility is that?
It's lonesome, but beautiful in its way.
Aren't we all?
Okay, meaningful dialogue, part 2. We are here to figure out if it runs smoothly. I'm going to see if the graphics card gets barbecued or not. I'm just going to measure the temps over here. Breaking news. Yeah, graphics should be fine. Yeah, we're running on high at the moment, but it's, you know, it's an open beta, so still things might be choppy. Oh yeah, there, that shadow edges look fine. But it's the starting area. Let's see what we see. And that's the purple. Of course, it's purple. Can't go without purple these days. I wonder if anybody wrote their their doctor thesis about purple in games, how it suddenly appeared and doesn't seem to vanish. Suddenly everything's purple. Magic, aliens. That's not purple. Rude. Okay, so we see there are limits to the shadow resolution. See what changes if we I mean, shadows to epic is a resource hog, right? So I don't think that's more like a draw distance issue. So I'm gonna set shadows to high again. I'd say that's a draw distance issue. Let's put the view distance to epic and see if that changes it. Oh, okay, we put that down as the demo, the open beta. Okay, we're gonna figure out if they got weak points. Okay. We've got unlimited ammo for this gun, which is a science fiction gun. That's alright. We can run like this. We can jump like a normal human. Aiming is a bit... Do that. See if that works better. Goes a bit slower if I aim down the sides. Tiny bit choppy, but in the top left you see the frame rate. So there are no massive dips yet, but we'll see. Space zombies. Yeah, something like that. And tag it with the middle mouse button. Dead cut. Runner's armband.
Nice try.
Recalls disabled.
Okay.
A new toy. Nice.
Okay, we got
Door's
armor.
jammed. Let me get that for you.
You see behind the camera my character portrait and 4 white bars and 4 blue bars and some tiny symbols. So upscaling the user interface would be cool. Can we do that? It seemed like the kind of game where you could do that, but maybe not at the moment. Maybe not at the moment. Poetrace, thank you so much for the resub.
How do famous people stay cool? They have many fans.
Thank you so much for the resub. Much appreciated. The TTS can go a bit louder, right? Glad we could test that. But at least it's working again. Welcome in. Thank you so much. For the Prime Resub. Okay, so the mouse wheel is not selecting weapons. It's the number keys, okay? Crouch on C. No, 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 no. That's not what we're doing. Key bindings. Crouch. Control. Roll. Mouse button. 4. Ooh. Big one.
Cards on the table, Rusher. Let's see what you got.
See what you got. Heavy plated skin. Yeah, weak points. Yes. Search for weak points. Okay, so... The orange thing. The non-purple things. Ow. Sorry. Ah, okay. In combat, I can use the dodgeball.
Time to sink this beast. Winner take all.
A prime nano, and then we're sinking it. Yes, and synchronizing. Oh, that was great. Okay. It's not good for us.
Ace, my man. Welcome back. Let's give that new body a test drive, eh, buddy? Hit it. Sock him in the eye.
Okay, we're controlling them now.
A beautiful play. Come on home, Ace.
Wow, okay. That's a cool way to do nanotech in a game. Color me surprised. Somehow that monster reminds you of the EVA unit. Oh yeah, a bit, maybe. In Neon Genesis. Yeah. Yeah, the shape of the head, right? Nanomachines. Radia pool.
Radia. Unstable surge energy. Volatile as hell. I don't allow it inside Haven, but out there, you can deposit it in an exchange and, well, let's just say that if you offer Radia to the Meridian will give you something in return.
Okay, we have freedom of movement. That seems pretty cool. Replenish your ammo. Pick up the med.
Never turn down a free med kit.
Yup. We're not hurt, we don't need to heal. That's fine. I hear the not so nice sounds on the other side. What's that? A bushwhacker.
A heavy duty blade.
That's an exchange right there. A Shinar fabricator twisted by the Meridian. Feed it Radia, it'll grant you special abilities. For a time.
Right, okay.
Only catch is, you never know what you're gonna get.
Okay. So you collect these resources and then you can buy powerful mods. I smell a bit of a roguelite in here. Additional damage using Morpheus' rage, but defenses are lowered. Stun nanos when striking. Oh yeah, okay.
My lucky day.
Watch yourself. Trouble at the gate.
Don't you worry. Me and Ace, ain't no flies on us.
Yeah.
Right there, brother.
I like the fact that it's so many.
Back to the deck.
This has potential. Obviously, it's a free-to-play game, so it has also the potential to be super grindy and a bit annoying and always, you
See
know.
that force field? Shinar hoped it would keep us mere mortals out of the Meridian because there's Nerva to be had.
And secrets to be uncovered, I'll
Jump
wager.
up there. So, you know, it could always be ultra grindy, there could be pay to win or whatever, but we don't know that yet. But going by just the gameplay?
You're getting
would say
close to a
that's
surge
promising.
storm, a hotbed of nano activity. Keep an eye on your radar, it'll lead the way.
I mean, the dialogue is nothing to write home about so far, but I like the nano stuff they came up with. Now, we've got 540 of the resource. An empty reload drops an explosive. That's a reward for not reloading half-empty magazines. I should do this in every game. Train myself from not doing Borderlands reload in every bloody game. But kinetic rage instead. The price goes up for each one we buy, I think. By 25 at the moment, at least. Oh, gone low. Swap web. Oh yeah, mouse wheel works. Okay. That's a shotty.
There it is, the surge storm. Hard to miss.
The ultimate test for me, right? If the shotty's good. Let's hear it. Ooh, what's happening? Oh, I aimed into a cutscene.
That's a Locust Nano. Priority target. You take it out, the nearby surge will clear up.
Right on. Let's catch that bad boy out.
Surge storms are spreading. Yes, of course. The locusts are the ones we need to clear. Yep, we understood. Yeah, I aimed down the sights into this.
Ace is wide.
Sounds decent. Sci-fi shotgun, right? He's got some kind of shield. Oh, I can sink it though. Execute. Sorry, partner.
Come on, Ace.
That's
Okay.
a clean sweep. Nice work.
Yeah, so far so good. So, shotty's approved. Feel free to ask anything about the game, like, you know, does it have this or does it have that? I'll try to figure it
Remnants
out.
of the Shinar space program?
Harvester drone. Automated. They make scheduled passes through the Meridian to pull Nerva out of the surge.
Ghost ships.
Something like that. Looks like the corruption laid this one to rest.
The co-option.
That's Nerva. Raw nano energy. The key to our collective survival. A single unit can power Haven for a whole day, and for runners like you, it's worth its weight in gold.
Okay. I have looked and I haven't found it so far, but it's something I have looked for already. But that's probably gonna come later. DBA, welcome in. Nano energy. Yeah, it's all the it has all the science facts for us. Now we can't scale the UI from in-game. Maybe it was an option before I started. I'm not 100% sure. But it would be nice. It's rather small. It's readable, but it's small. But yeah, that's for open beta, right? You just let them know. Hey, lady.
Whoa, that's a hell of a surge storm.
How's it going,
Having
DDA?
second thoughts?
Never had a second thought in my life.
Yeah, so the dialogue, you know, cringe hard, but why can't I pick that up? Because my armor is full? It's the blue bar above my health is probably the armor. Probably. Aha, that's our inventory. We have a plus 30, so that's why we don't upgrade. I see. There's a rarity. There's mods. Force, which you can mod. And that's us with our perk weak points done. The other perk we picked was for them. The kinetic range. And this is our characters. Last bullet in your magazine deals fire damage. When on fire, movement speed is increased and fire affliction duration is shortened. A grenade that will split and bounce, producing lasting burn area. So that we haven't used that yet. But we are definitely super cool, right? We are super cool. Dead cut. So yeah, that's not too awesome, but that's alright. Yeah, but Outriders put me off instantly with even worse dialogue, even worse science, and even worse shooting, for example. Hammerwatch was worth watching, also was worth playing. It's a good upgrade of from the second one. It's it plays very differently. It's not just outside, like, you know, they didn't just put the first game into the outside, bit of a dungeon. They did improve it on the and change it on a lot of levels. So thanks for suggesting it. Good. I mean, I feel very much like in a mobile game with all the glowy buttons and hand-holdy go there moments, but I'm a sucker for shooters, so I need to know. It doesn't have a proper cover mechanic as such, so it's not Division with aliens.
This is it. Kill the Locust Nanos, clear the surge, and I'll bring you back to Haven.
All the nano energy. Grenades! Why are grenades not on the most low? What's our middlemost button doing at the moment? Up and down. Quick tag options. Yeah, okay, what's C? C. C is not doing anything. Quick tag. Use special. Grenade. Except. Yeah, tag. Tag.
Let me show you a trick.
Those are of no consequence. We need to get rid of big ones. Take care, DBA. Thanks for stopping by.
Keep it up, runner.
Works nice.
Clear.
Nice nice and kind instead of bad and annoying. Let's get him. Yeah, that makes the others vanish.
Woo! How you like that?
Nice work. Stand by now. I'm pulling you out.
Alright, now we get teleported. Or... oh no, no teleports. Yeah, I couldn't stand Outriders. It was I tried twice. After I streamed it, I tried twice. But it was so off-putting. It's absolutely not gonna work for me. I don't think any upgrade is gonna fix it. The general feel of it, the general look of it, the general setting, presentation, nothing worked for me. It's so weird. Because it should. It should have. But I was just, oh. Maybe I can try one more time if you say there were so many updates. Division 1 for £3.50. I would rather play the second one. The first is very rough around the edges. Not to, not to tell you to not play it, but just so you know. Oh, Portrix, you might actually know. Is there a way to skip the whole tutorial introduction?
When you're ready for next steps, come find me at the situation table. I'll be waiting.
In Outriders? Is there a way to do that now? Because it was taking forever to get out of... this is your gun. It shoots bullets into, jumping from hub to hub. Or from map to map. Maybe I should try it again. I mean, it had cool ideas with the classes and the skills and combining that with shooter mechanics and cover mechanics. It's so weird that some games on paper are 100% my thing.
This is Captain Van der Meer, the research specialist.
When you can listen to that. Well, it's not shit. It's just very, very different from the second one. And I much preferred the second. It was also hard. But maybe there was a setting I didn't see or something I could have done, but I found it very hard. But lots of people still play it, so oh, there is a skip prologue. Oh, great. That might make it possible that I check Outriders again. Thank you so much.
What's shaking, runner? Swing around a bit later, then you and I could have a proper chat.
A proper chat? A pooper chat?
You keep a cool head under pressure. I respect that.
Yes.
First things first.
Also, Nerva runs, that's PvP, and Dead Sector runs is PvP. PvE, sorry. Surface Strike and something that's coming soon. So there are two more game modes which I guess are group PvP and group PvE, but I don't know. But I would pick the PvE now. Assassin's Creed Origins. Ooh, hello. What I don't know is if the solo is just a small part of the game and if it's in the end going to be focusing on PvP or not. Team play, solo play. Okay, those are options I love. You can say either PvP or PvE and then you can say either team or solo.
The dead sectors. Regions crawling with nanos and...
I want to shoot stuff. Eliminate the nanos to contain the search, collect radio to buy mods, complete objectives to reach the tyrant. Yes. Assassin's Creed. Yeah, Black Flag is the next one I want to test in that series, but there's only so much time. Safe houses. Oh. I'm checking if I still have downloads going because it took so long to load this, but...
Let's roll them bones, shall we?
Yeah. You are weird.
Surge is everywhere, but your radar can point you toward the most corrupted regions. Follow its readings to find the hot zones and take down the locust nanos to clear the area. Rinse and repeat. Watch for the surge formation. That's our key to finding the tyrant. You've got this, runner.
A sniper. Your weapon.
What a find.
I missed the part where they explained.
That's what I'm talking about.
Alright, so we got rid of our enforcer. Your weapon becomes automatic and the fire rate equipped.
Top shelf gear.
Alright, so that's a bit Destiny style, right? You can have one of these. Oh, but only 2 main weapons. So we're gonna go with sniper and shotgun. Okay, there's a difficulty of the surge that's being displayed. Your weapons have mods. Your weapon becomes automatic and the fire rate increases the longer the trigger is held. Any missed shots will automatically return to the magazine. Perfect. You can swap them on the slots here. Okay. But I didn't see how I get the proper... aim or toggle ADS. Toggle aim down the sights. Oh well, that's toggling the shoulder. Thought there was a zoom. They explained it for a second there in the window that was popping up, but I couldn't read it that fast. I'm gonna put that on G and see if that's... Yeah, okay. That's putting you in iron sights.
We got dead money rolling in.
And this is just aiming. Sniper in, you know. Sniper in melee combat. So you get bonus points for hitting weak points, I think.
And heat goes on.
That's our cluster grenade that creates burning. I don't know, that's cooldown based. Okay, there's no charge limit to the grenades. But I need a button for the scope aiming, and it can't be G because that's hard to reach. That can be G. Come on. Yeah. I don't want to die. Am I supposed to move the mouse? Okay.
Where you been?
That's a mini game? It's really not necessary. I see a bit of risk of rain in here. With a timer on the difficulty. You know, the surge difficulty that you can see on the right. And I need to sort the buttons out here. Sync command, sync Q, ADS, X. That continue this G. Yeah, And now all the game needs to do is remember if I want this like this or like that. Or you don't do the aiming. Oh, did it remember?
Here comes trouble.
Ah, it didn't really remember. Okay.
Let me show you a trick. Come on, Ace.
Nah, it doesn't remember that setting. I thought for a minute it did, but yeah, what I was about to say is you could, instead of going for aiming, you could just put aiming down the sights on the right mouse button. So it's either hip shots or aimed shots, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. The game offers it, and I don't think I benefit a lot from the regular.
They're rolling squad deep.
Right? Especially since this didn't work. Oh, that's not the buttons I wanted. So you have either the...
Whip them up.
Oh, I died. Failed. There's progression. You get a score. Reviving teammates gives you a bonus. You are dead. No, you're out. Then you go back to Haven. Dun, dun, dun. The female voice sounded familiar. It's some narrator voice in Division 2. Alright, okay. The loading times are very long. But I don't know how big the level is that they load into. What? Looks silly. Yeah, the loading times are very long, but that's alright. For now. Oh, we get some XP. Next runner level reward. Our runner level is not yet 2. But if we level up, we get a different gun. And Nerva, which is a currency. You progress with weapons as well. That's cool.
Looks like you're finding your feet. It can be messy out there. Swing by when you're ready. Got some things to show you.
Mailbox. Now we're gonna get introduced to the hub.
Before I turn you loose out there, let me give you a few pointers. Open up your armband for me. Runners are a special breed. Each one has a unique skill set that influences. You can also decide which companion nano you're rolling with. Synergy between a runner and their companion is a beautiful thing. Finally, get your guns.
That's kind of cool. We can, in the demo or in the open beta, we can pick between 3 different ones. You get a preview what they do. Healing, combat medic,
Bang!
smoke bombs, sniper gameplay. And then you can get a preview of the actual skill. Right.
Bang! Disparity is our real enemy.
Let's pick Glory. And the Seer to detect and track enemies. Or a Protector. Let's get the Protector with the shield. And then we pick Dragoon, Pistol, Bushwhacker. Those are the choices we have at the moment, and then you'll unlock more choices when you level up.
Before you venture out again, take some time to show yourself around Haven. Check in with my people to see what they're offering, and try out the VR station if you have some downtime. It's a good way to keep your trigger finger nimble.
Okay, I saw this machine already. Armband. Go away. Okay. If we're lucky, this is not a lot of gambling, but it's not boding well. So here we see leaderboards. Okay, actual players, I think. The
Hello,
event
young
center.
wolf.
Be there or be square. Har har. Quick match. What's this? Training and challenges. Yeah, I don't need that. It's cool that they have it. They've got a shooting range.
As I live and breathe.
Dead sector. Solo play. And this time we don't get killed because we're messing with the bindings. Hopefully. So it's pretty straightforward, I would say. Potentially this could be fun in co-op for the PvE part. Just jump in, do a few runs, jump out. But there's Destiny also, so this needs to set itself apart somehow. And Destiny has
There's
this
power in unity.
this big
Surge is everywhere, but your radar can point you toward the most corrupted regions. Follow its readings to find the hot zones and take down the locust nanos to clear the area. Rinse and repeat. Watch for the surge formation. That's our key to finding the tyrant. You've got this, runner.
Oh, that's the poison gas. Yeah, alright, that's powerful. I don't see through it, but it's powerful. Okay, so the aiming down the sights works for me. There's the firestorm. There's the starting rifle. Don't really. I mean, it says there they are red arrows pointing down, so it's worse than what I've currently selected. The comparison is probably just damage. I like the fact that you can just freely move about this map. The difference to Destiny and Division is
The
obvious.
spawn of the Meridian.
Different shotgun this time, slightly different. And our goal is to cleanse 6 surge storms, and they look like that. Okay, and then you can go through here. Right, what's this? Hey, fun.
What toys await?
Yeah. Very not subtle. And then you can refill. You can spend your resources on... I can get armor. It's the same damage wise. That an ammo pouch. All reliable. An assault rifle. This is better
Always
than the
more
Whisper.
nanos.
That's a switch. And that's a classic assault rifle. And that's an armor. How safe is a safe house if you get attacked inside? So we can carry more. Yeah, that's what I meant. And then you can spend more money here. Okay. Let's get out of the not so safe house. We can sing. Somehow I'm supposed to move the mouse up and down, but I'm not really sure how that's supposed to work.
You'll swim there. Go.
Okay, there's my shield dude.
Back to me.
Okay. I think I figured that out. There's extra loot up there, so let's see if we can get it. Not as easy as I hoped. Maybe from here. Pyrosoft? No, not that I know.
The spawn of the Marine. They can't fight, but they can't see.
I get a point. Another ammo pouch. We already have that. Oh, that didn't work.
Another triumph.
Ah, I was too late for the execute. Pyrosoft, what are they? What kind of games are they doing? Yeah, this looks good for a free-to-play, doesn't it? I mean, it all hinges on how are they going to do the monetary part of it, and is it going to be fair? How grindy is it going to be? But I like the fact that it's not just, you know, some poop they dropped because they use Unreal Engine, and yeah, okay, let's drop some poop in Unreal Engine and call it a free-to-play game. This looks like there's a lot of work into it already.
Nano's coming. Stand strong.
And of course it remains to be seen. Oh, okay.
Over there.
Yeah, the guarding is pretty cool. Yeah, it has a lot of potential. I'm enjoying the exploration here at the moment, figuring out what it does, what it wants from me, how it works.
Jocelyn.
The Kairosoft games are like sim management games, mobile games, but they've been making the games to Steam for a while now. Really addictive. The good addictive or the bad? It's a weird question, right? I've got a hoverboard. What? Okay, I need to do that again.
Be cautious. More nanos. Let's go.
That's cool. Yeah, I have a poison gun. Oh, the pistol. Ah, great. So I think you get extra points if you execute them. I meant to automatically reload the pistol on switching to it, but it switched back to a primary weapon because the pistol was empty. I don't think that was intended behavior. The 5 hours late. Oh, yeah, okay.
They rise, and I am ready.
Here, kitty. Yeah, let's see. Science fiction pistol. Oh, yeah.
Good night,
Proper guns for you. attack nanos. Okay, I wanted to go to one of the storms, but I think I've been... Oh, hello. Sidestepping them. What's in the box? So, as you can see, you are busy with cleansing 6 surge storms for quite a bit. Of course, you could go more directly to the
Choose wisely,
Always
runner.
more
A
nanos.
synergistic assortment of mods is your ticket to victory.
Drop an explosive on reloading an empty. Guardian absorbs. We drop an explosive on an empty. Let's see how I do with that. Ignore the group.
Surge levels are creeping up here. That means the nanos are going to be tougher. Stay on your guard.
Oh, right, the wrong. That's the wrong one. I thought I had the shotgun. But and that's the risk of rain reference I meant earlier. That was the explosive on empty. The timer says it gets more difficult. Oh, layer special. That's the explosive. Okay, I guess that's a free bonus.
Another triumph.
Eliminating Locust Nanos generates an energy dome like this one. Hang inside and it'll regenerate your health. The surge levels will keep rising though, so don't linger too long.
Ah, okay, so this blue... I was wondering what this blue area was all about. And when I get out, the surge level is back at 50. The only mobile games that got you hooked. Okay. You wonder if the last difficulty will be... Probably. Let's get another mod. Fallen nanos drop... Yeah, more explosives. So I'm gonna go for the furthest away surge form thing. If I find a way to... here. The areas they made here are cool. I'm not sure how many different missions they build, but...
Attack! Smoke bomb!
That worked. At the shoulder. Right, we got it.
You can't defeat me.
Oh, that's 2 storms down. Hold Q on a weekend trying to sing. Yeah, okay, but we got our dude.
Come, Yosun.
60%. There are more than 6 storm surges here, so you can just kill shots ricochet between nanos triggering explosions. Okay, let's reload this. Oh, something has artillery.
Go!
Okay.
Take them out! Time to go!
I have poison grenades.
Good night, my little...
Yeah, this works in single player, but I can see how this also works in multiplayer. I'm not a PvP player, so I don't really care about PvP, but this looks like something I could enjoy in my own time. And then you could have a friend just jump in and play a few sessions.
Joswin.
It's an upgrade. Oh, they're both upgrades.
Very
Keep an eye on the surge level. If it reaches 100%, it's over. The only way to stop it is to put down the tyrant, so work fast.
Oh, we do the 6 search storms to spawn the tyrant, right? So there's a bit of risk of rain in here. I like it. And the last difficulty will be something like that. Yeah.
Nano's coming. Stand strong. I am gone. Look from there. Another triumph.
Hey, Raven, welcome. Welcome. Wow. Okay, so the dangerous thing about playing solo is you can't revive yourself, so you have to use medkits, which I forgot to use. This is good fun. The hour is up as well.